Yo, what's up guys? It's your boy Tiki here. Now, on this channel, I've talked about drugs that I do like, but I've never really talked about some that I don't. So that's exactly what I'm gonna do. In today's video, I'm gonna be talking about what I consider to be the worst drug, if you can even call it that. And that, of course, being Benadryl. So if you happen to live under a rock, Benadryl is pretty much an allergy medicine with the active ingredient being DPH or diphenhydramine. In low doses, this is used to treat like allergies, and also some people use it to help them fall asleep. But in high doses, it actually works as a deliriant. So deliriants are a type of hallucinogenic drug, but not the fun kind. More so the scared, confused, people that aren't there and shadows moving across the room kind. So on that note, let's get into some of the effects. Starting with physical. One of the most notable effects is that everything will taste gross. Now, I've never really had an appetite off of Benadryl, but I can tell you for sure that if you drink anything that you enjoy off of Benadryl, it will not taste good. Like, no matter what you drink, even water will taste gross. So you'll be incredibly thirsty, but anything you drink will taste like complete ass. Now, another one of the effects that pretty much everyone talks about if they're making a video about Benadryl is that you'll feel incredibly heavy. It feels like your weight is doubled and it's just so hard to move. And the last physical effect I can think of off the top of my head is the cold sweating. So if you take Benadryl, don't expect to be able to put socks on. Alright, let's get into some of the mental effects. In a nutshell, a Benadryl trip is basically like a nightmare psychotic episode in dementia. So with that, let's start with the visuals. The most common visuals I've had were things like the walls breathing, shadows darting across the room, and clear shit just like spastically moving on the wall. Most of this is going to be stuff you see out of the corner of your eye though. But in doses over 1,000 milligrams, which are most definitely lethal, I have had very real hallucinations. The two instances I can remember this happening are pretty much identical. So basically, there have been 2 times I can remember where I've talked to my mom and she was just saying gibberish, and then I'd look away for a second and she'd just be gone. Like, it was deadass the weirdest thing I've ever seen. Another very notable mental effect of Benadryl is that you'll lose pretty much all your coherence, so basically anything you say just won't make sense. Pretty much any time I've ever gotten caught off of Benadryl was because I just said shit that doesn't make sense and they knew I was fucking geeked. So this last mental effect very much ties in with the hallucinations, and that is the paranoia. So if you've ever like gone to the bathroom at night and then had to shut off the light and run back to your room, that's pretty much what Benadryl feels like all the time. It always feels like something is behind you or just out to get you. And also the fact that you're going to be seeing shadows dart across the room and just shit moving out the corner of your eye, like it's terrifying. Oh yeah, and I forgot to mention the confusion. I should have talked about this when I was talking about the loss of coherence, but it's too late to go back now and I'm not redoing this whole thing. But by confusion, I mean like walking into rooms and not remembering why you walked in there, just saying shit that doesn't make sense, hearing shit that doesn't make sense. Yeah, just general confusion. I've never really had audible hallucinations, but the comprehension skills definitely are lacking when you're on Benadryl because I'll just hear gibberish. Like, I don't know what you're talking about, dude. Get out of my face. I'm not tweaking. Just let me go home. And now the stuff that still plays me to this day because I was dumb enough to do Benadryl is the after effects, which is just more confusion and brain fog. My short-term memory is completely fucked. I cannot count money, and I still walk into rooms, and I don't know why. And I pretty much always forget what I'm talking about mid-sentence. So yeah, there's a reason why Benadryl earned names like the nightmare drug, because it is a nightmare. It's terrible. No one does it because they want to. They all do it because they don't have access to anything else or they're just plain fucking retarded. Yeah, there's a reason that only teenagers and the lowest of the low degenerates do this shit. And that's just because it's so easily accessible. But yeah, this was Tiki on my video about my least favorite drug. And please don't do Benadryl, guys. But anyways, thank you so much for watching and have a great day. Peace out, memers.